And brought to you locally by Buyers Auto, the Diamond Seller.
Celebrate game day your way at Giant Eagle and Market District. With fresh, ready-to-eat prepared foods like our best-in-town fried chicken, everyday savings from Giant Eagle brand products, and quality you can feel good about from Nature's Basket. It's easy for Buckeye fans to enjoy an unbeatable game day with friends and family. Everyone wins with game day food from Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State University Athletics. Go Bucks!
Make some off-road memories in a rugged and capable new Toyota. Like the legendary 4Runner, the best-selling Tacoma, or the powerful and efficient Tundra with the best resale value in its class. Now through September 5th, you can get low 3.99 APR financing on any new 2023 Tacoma with approved credit through TFS. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get complete details at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, my name is Jessica Wright, first-time homeowner.
Park National Bank knows that when you buy your first home, it's the little things that mean the most.
On Saturday mornings, me and my son love to wake up. We make some breakfast together.
And that financial decisions are deeply personal.
I always love to hear my son say, Mom, I don't ever want to move. I want to stay here forever.
At Park National Bank, what means a lot to you means a lot to us. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Ohio State beginning the season in Bloomington, Indiana against the Indiana Hoosiers. Our starting lineups today presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast. A reminder from Ohio's dairy farmers that greatness is built with chocolate milk. It has the nutrition you need to power your potential. The Ohio State offense will be led by junior quarterback Kyle McCord, who will be playing in his 13th game as a Buckeye. Travion Henderson is expected to open at tailback. Receivers, Marvin Harrison, Emeka Ibuka, and Julian Fleming. Kate Stover at tight end. On the offensive line, Carson Hinsman at center. Matthew Jones and Donovan Jackson are the guards. Josh Simmons and Josh Fryer are the tackles. The Indiana defense opposite them. On the line, Andre Carter, Marcus Burris, Philip Bleedy, and Miles Jackson. Linebackers, Aaron Casey, Jacob Farrar, and Noah Pierre. In the secondary, Kobe Minor and Jamari Sharp. The cornerbacks, Josh Sanguinetti and Lewis Moore, are the safeties. Indiana's offense, well, we won't know until the first snap who the quarterback will be. It will be either Taven Jackson or Brendan Sorsby. Both are redshirt freshmen. Josh Henderson at tailback, but we'll see a lot of Jalen Lucas. The receivers, Cam Camper, E.J. Williams, and DeKeese Carter. Tight end is James Bamba. On the offensive line, Zach Carpenter at center. Matthew Bedford and Mike Kadick the guards. Khalil Benson and Joshua Sales are the tackles. The Ohio State defense on the line, Jalen Tuimoloau, Mike Hall, Ty Hamilton, and Jack Sawyer. Linebackers are Steele Chambers and Tommy Eichenberg. In the secondary, Denzel Burke and Davison Igbinosin are expected to open at corner. The safeties will be Sonny Styles, Lathan Ransom, and Josh Proctor for the Ohio State defense. Coming up, the coin toss and the opening kick. You're listening to the home of the Buckeyes. And now, Archie Griffin, football's only two-time Heisman Trophy winner, to tell you about Encova Insurance.
Much like in athletics, Encova Insurance relies on teamwork, accountability, and dedication to execute a successful game plan. Your independent Encova Insurance agent can create a personalized solution for all your insurance needs. With smart digital solutions, superior financial strength, local expertise, and more, Encova provides a full range of products to encircle businesses and individuals with coverage at every step in life's journey. They remain dedicated to progress and continue to strive to be the most trusted and responsive provider of industry-leading solutions. Hard work and passion are critical components of any winning team. Count on Encova Insurance as your local team to provide peace of mind. Contact your independent Encova Insurance agent or visit Encova.com for more information.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our tractor lineup rated #1 in durability and owner experience, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home select BX Series equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 72 months, plus save up to $800, now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Soy has been keeping secrets, and it's ready to share. Soybeans are among the most versatile agricultural products. They are used in creative ways you may have never realized to make products we all love and use every day. Ohio is leading the way, developing new uses for soybeans to support our changing world. Soy low-key slays, and I'm here for it. Learn more about soybeans at soysecrets.org. This ad brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Welcome inside the Union Home Mortgage broadcast booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their Build Your Payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. And the season opener is here. The Ohio State Buckeyes ranked third in the AP poll, facing the Indiana Hoosiers. This is a series that Ohio State has dominated. They hold a commanding 78-12 and 5 lead over the Hoosiers. The Buckeyes have won 27 consecutive games. Really, it's 28, but you have to take into consideration the vacated win in 2010. The last non-victory Ohio State had was a 27-all tie here in Bloomington in 1990. Indiana's last wins over the Buckeyes came in 1987 and 1988. Now, as commanding as that's been, Jim, it hasn't been without some scares.
No, Indiana is really, come and played us tough. You go back to, 2019, 2020, when they were both in the East and played them each time. Although Ohio State's had the upper hand, Coach Allen 1-5 versus Ohio State throughout his career, 30-40 overall in his 8th year with Indiana. But he hasn't had any success against Ohio State on a consistent basis.
Exactly. This is the third time in the last 7 years that Ohio State is opening its season on the road against a conference opponent. They did it a few years ago here in Bloomington, but over the history of it, 15 times that it's happened, Ohio State has won every game they've played when the opening game has been against a Big Ten team.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's never easy to come out of the gate and play a Big Ten opponent, but Ohio State has had success doing that. And, we'll find out a lot about this team. Sometimes if you go back to the last time we opened on the road against a Big Ten opponent, was Minnesota. C.J. Stroud hadn't even attempted a pass. He had one career rush. Ended up being a pretty good quarterback when it's all said and done. So we're kind of hoping that develops again for us tonight. You find a quarterback, somebody that develops into another great one throughout the course of the season.
Indiana opening with a Big Ten opponent for the 5th time in Tom Allen's 7 years as a head coach, and the 4th in a row. Included in that was an opening season win here last year over Illinois.
Yeah, and that was a big win because Illinois ended up having a pretty good team at the end of the year, after they kind of found themselves a little bit. But yeah, it was a good win for Indiana, but they just struggled. What they have, like 7 out of 8 games in a row that they lost towards the end of the season. End up, I think, got the win over Purdue at the end of the year, but that was it.
Yeah, one possession games they just weren't able to finish.
Weren't able to.
Now, the Memorial Stadium here in Bloomington, which seats more than 52,000, usually when Ohio State plays here, there are a lot of Buckeye fans that make the trip here to Bloomington to watch the game. No different today. We saw a lot of them earlier today in the parking lot.
And you just heard them as the Buckeyes come out in the field here for this game to get started. All the Ohio State fans over there on the east side of the stadium all stood up and cheered. And, yeah, great support, and it has been traditionally. In all the years that we've covered Ohio State, you get a lot of great fans that come over here. And as we talk about, if you're in the western part of the state, it's almost easy to come over here to Bloomington as to go up to Columbus.
The Buckeyes, as you mentioned, Jim, have come out of their locker room and onto the sideline that they will occupy wearing their white jerseys, their gray pants, the silver helmets, and the scarlet numerals. Indiana has yet to emerge from their stadium, and there have been, and we've seen it over the last decade, really, the improvements and the dressings that they put on this stadium to make it more appealing.
Yeah, they're, taking some of that TV money that they've had and reinvesting in facilities. They're, we talked about their weight room, their locker rooms getting developed. They had indoor practice facility. Now they're adding some touches, spiffing up the stadium a little bit, so to speak. It's a new thing there in the south end zone. It looks like they have like a party pod down there, 3 or 4 different ones set up, and looks like the fans are having fun.
Yeah, there's about 3 of those different little field-level suites where there's seats in the front and maybe refreshments and such in the back end, and those seem to be some pretty good spots for people to get to.
Well, I tell you, I hope they have air conditioning because it is a little warm here.
It is Walker room wearing their crimson jerseys, crimson helmets, and white pants, and their crimson jerseys, crimson helmets, and white pants, and white numerals. Crimson and cream is their theme for their attire, and this is an Indiana program that this season the Hoosiers will not leave the state of Indiana for games. For the first 6 weeks of the season, they only have 2 road games outside of the state of Indiana this year. And here comes Tom Allen's team onto the field, trying to see if they can't catch a little lightning and end that long streak of, officially by Ohio State's count, 27 losses in a row. It is 28 when you consider the vacated win that the Buckeyes had in 2010. 2 years ago when Ohio State played here, for some ungodly reason, it was a night game, and it was a monsoon. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do. That was a lot of rain. Again, you had to take care of the football in situations like that. And if I remember right, Ohio State did a pretty good job in that case.
Yeah, and a lot of the fans left early because of the bad conditions and the score. Well, the team captains are getting ready to come out to the middle of the field for the coin toss. That's where we will send things now down to Matt Andrews.
All right, thanks, Paul and Jim. Ryan Banks, the referee out of the Big Ten. Xavier Johnson for Ohio State. Kate Stover, Tommy Eichenberg. The captains will come to the IU Indiana State emblem here at midfield in crimson, traced in white, and we'll have the coin toss. Again, Ryan Banks is the referee, and we'll listen in right here to the coin toss as the captains exchange handshakes right at midfield.
All right, gentlemen, welcome. It's a great day for football. My name's Brian Banks. I'll be your referee today. Ed Feaster is your umpire. The remainder of our crew is split between your respective team sidelines. Ohio State, you're the visitors. Therefore, you get to call the toss.
Tommy Eichenberg says heads.
It is heads.
Buckeyes defer.
We'll take the ball, correct? Which way would you like to kick? Kick that way? Okay.
Ohio State will kick towards the south end zone, fellas. Indiana ball first.
All right, Ohio State beginning their 134th season of college football. Today's game time temperature, brought to you by Atlas Butler, is... It fell. I'm going to guess 87. I was going to say 88.
Feels like 88. I don't
Feels
know.
like 108 with the humidity. Atlas Butler is always open. Technicians are scheduled day and night, 7 days a week, including holidays. And since they're always open, you never pay any after-hour service fees for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Call 1-800-FURNACE. Now, the dangerous part of this, Ohio State will have Jaden Felding kicking off as he did last year very successfully. But Jalen Lucas, Indiana's sophomore tailback, returned 2 kicks last year for touchdowns, both of them 90-plus yards, one against Rutgers, one against Michigan State. He is number 2 all-time Indiana history and career kickoff returns for touchdowns. A dangerous young man with a football in his hands.
Well, the good thing about Jaden Felding, last year kicking off, 105 kickoffs, Paul, I think 46 of them were touchbacks.
Yes.
And that's what you want in this ball game, touchbacks.
And Jaden Felding will also handle the placement kicks to start the season. Jalen Lucas is back deep along with Trent Howland for Indiana. And Jaden Felding, he's sophomore kicker out of League City, Texas. Is set up. The Buckeyes will be kicking from left to right as we view it here at Memorial Stadium. And you know how we always like to mention the last times, Jim?
Yes.
Last time the Buckeyes returned a punt for a touchdown, Jalen Marshall, 2014 against Indiana in the Horseshoe.
Been a while.
It has been. Stadium is about 3/4 full right now. I'm sure it's a good day to be out tailgating and sampling products in the parking lots.
Late arriving crowd.
Yes. Jaden Felding swinging his right leg around to get loose as the Buckeyes are set to kick it off to the Indiana Hoosiers here at Memorial Stadium in Bloomington. The all clear has been given by the officials. Felding approaches the football at his own 35 and boots it in the air. Jalen Lucas for Indiana is going to let that one land behind him. So the Hoosiers will start at their own 25, and we'll watch to see who their starting quarterback will be. And it appears as though it's going to be Brendan Sorsby, a redshirt freshman from Denton, Texas, who last year 3 for 6, 8 yards passing and an interception in one game. He came in and played against Penn State when their own 25. Josh Henderson will be one tailback. The other is Jalen Lucas as they'll surround Sorsby, who's in a shotgun. 1st and 10, Indiana at their own 25-yard line. Single flanker wide to the right, Cam Kemper. Sorsby gets Styles, Ohio State safety, knocks him down around the Indiana 22.
Josh Proctor, the first defender to get there, was able to get back and get his hands on Sorsby as he's trying to run the option to the right, slowed him up, and as you mentioned, Sonny Styles coming in to finish him off, picking up the first tackle of the game.
2nd and 12, Indiana at their own 23-yard, backing down Indiana from their own 23-yard line. This is the opening drive of the football game. Snap Sorsby, option play coming to the left side, keeps it Sorsby, scoots to his 25, to his own 30, and he's tackled at his own 33-yard line. That'll be an Indiana first down. A late penalty flag thrown as lineman Ty Hamilton makes the tackle for Ohio State.
That was a late flag. We'll see. It came in right after the play was over. Looked like one of the sideline judges threw that. So maybe there was something down the field. for an Indiana offensive lineman, some penalty. I didn't see anything from Ohio State's side.
Personal foul, targeting. Number 1, defense. That foul is under further review.
That is corner Davison Igbinosun, a sophomore and a transfer from Ole Miss. So the targeting will be reviewed, and if it is determined to be targeting, Davison Igbinosun's debut as a Buckeye could be a short one.
Yeah, so I don't think that's a targeting, but we'll see what they call here, Paul.
Right now it is the down was 2nd and 12 Indiana at their own 23. Sorsby made a nice gain. Wood had the first down, but again, the targeting is being reviewed on Davison Igbinosun, a sophomore cornerback and a freshman All-American last year playing at Ole Miss.
Yeah, good player, good quality football player. We're going to get the announcement now. Well, no.
Not right.
Still looking.
Yes. Still looking, and of course there's always the effort, we are told, for the officials to expedite the reviews on things such as this. Now, there can also be an appeal of targeting.
Okay.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, without the penalty, they're short of the first down.
All right.
It's about 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5.
Here we go.
After review, there is no targeting on the play. Number 1 can remain in the game. It's 3rd down.
So, Davison Igbinosun off the hook there, and 3rd down for Indiana, and it's going to be 3rd and about a yard.
Just a Big Ten crew, I guess, itching to call that targeting already.
Hey. Of course, there are a couple of new rules wrinkles to talk about this year, which we will.
Running clock after first down.
Except for the final 2 minutes of each half.
Yeah, kind of like the NFL.
So, Brendan Sorsby has had some good success running the football for Indiana, and he'll bring his offense out onto the field. Jalen Lucas, a slot right. Sorsby in a shotgun. Henderson, the tailback to his left. 3rd and short. Indiana at their own 34, but a whistle as the ball was
guard maybe.
False start. Number 82. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
That was Bradley Archer, the tight end, and that was going to be a handoff to Josh Henderson.
You're right. And why not? Henderson, big back, 225 pounds, 5th-year guy, running downhill or more.
Yeah, so Indiana now look at 3rd and 6 from their own 29-yard line. Henderson remains in the backfield to the left of his quarterback, Brendan Sorsby. 3 wide to the right. Donovan McCulley flank left for Indiana. On 3rd down, snap to Sorsby. Back at his 21. Short toss left side, caught Henderson at his own 30. He's piled up and stopped at the 31. Tommy Eichenberg, linebacker, came in to finish a play that was started by the other linebacker, Steele Chambers. It'll bring up 4th down.
Good job there by the defense getting that stop after giving up, a big run by Sorsby to make it 3rd and 1. They were able to get the penalty and then hold on 3rd down to force a punt.
And that punt will come from James Evans, a junior from Auckland, New Zealand, who averaged over 44 yards per last year. Emeka Ibuka is back for Ohio State to await the punt. Sean Ratcher, a young man from St. Ignatius High School in Ohio, is the long snapper for Indiana. Evans is at his own 18 to await the snap. Gets it chest high, puts the punt in the air from his own 22. Emeka Ibuka backing up. Great punt. Ibuka fields it at his own 12. Starts up the middle of the field. Ibuka goes down at the 20-yard line, maybe the 19. It looked like Ibuka may have run into one of his own teammates, but Matt Holt, a linebacker, gets credit for the stop. Each first down Ohio State picks up today, brought to you by Kroger. Kroger Pickup, the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. So Ohio State's Kyle McCord, a junior from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. 7 games last year, 80% completion, 190 yards, a touchdown. Makes his 2nd career start. He started 2 years ago against Akron at quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like Chip Traynor might have ran into Emeka there as he's returning that punt and knocked him down. But they'll have 1st and 10 at the 20.
Yes, they will. Julian Fleming is flanked wide to the left. Wide to the right are Marvin Harrison. And another receiver with Henderson in the backfield. Kyle McCord under his center, Hinsman. Marvin Harrison in motion. Handoff Travion Henderson coming to the right side, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 18-yard line as Indiana got that play sniffed out, and it was linebacker Noah Pierre with a stop for a loss.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that we recognize. He's been around here for a while, kind of the energetic leader of this team. Made a big play there on 1st down, a tackle for loss of -2.
2nd and 12 on that -2. Buckeyes backed up at their own 18-yard line. Marvin Harrison and G. Scott will be on the left side of the formation for Ohio State. Cade Stover, tight end, is on the right, along with Emeka Ibuka. Travion Henderson to the backfield. Kyle McCord will work out of a shotgun. 2nd and 12, Ohio State at their own 18 in a scoreless first quarter. McCord gets the snap, sets up and throws quickly left side. That ball is going to be caught at the 24-yard line. Marvin Harrison pushed out of bounds at the 29-yard line is Marvin Harrison. He's taken out by Nicholas Toomer, cornerback near the first down flag.
Yeah, I think they gave it about 6, maybe 7 yards. It looks like closer to 6, so some work to do here, but that's a connection that they had all the way back to high school.
Yes, where they won 3 state titles.
Exactly.
3rd and 3, Ohio State at their own 27-yard line. 2 receivers started bunched in tight. Now Harrison and Ibuka break out wide to the right. 2 flank to the left. Henderson to the backfield with McCord. 3rd down, Ohio State. Kyle McCord hands it to Travion Henderson. He brings it to the 30-yard line right side. Gets to his own 35, to his own 40. Henderson pushed out of bounds at his own 46-yard line. Henderson averaged 5.3 per carry last year, but was hampered by a foot injury that shut him down eventually at the end of the season. 11:27 and counting. Scoreless first quarter here in Bloomington. Ohio State first down at their own 46-yard line. Single wideouts right and left for quarterback Kyle McCord. He's under center Carson Hinsman. Now McCord changing the play. Wearing jersey number 6, Kyle McCord. Stares at a 4-man Indiana front. Hands Henderson coming to the right side of Henderson. He'll skip his way to the 50-yard line, and that's where he is knocked down to the 50 by safety Lewis Moore.
Yeah, good clean tackle there by Lewis Moore, filling from that safety spot. But after he picked up about 3, maybe 4 yards, we'll give him 3 on that first on that side.
They mark the ball, Jim, officially at Ohio State's 49, where it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Buckeyes. Under 11 to play. First quarter, no score in the game. Single wideouts right and left. Tight end G. Scott motioning to the right. Quarterback Kyle McCord is in a shotgun with Travion Henderson off his left hip. McCord gets his hands in position, receives the snap. Back to throws McCord from his 42, middle of the field pass caught by Cade Stover. Tight end is taken down around the Indiana 43-yard line. That is a first down secured as Cade Stover is finally wrestled down to the ground.
Well, now they crossed into Indiana territory, got a nice drive gone. This drive that started on their 20-yard line, picked up a couple first. This is where Ryan Day likes to take a shot. Let's see if he takes one to the end zone.
Safety Lewis Moore made the tackle. Ibuka and Harrison's 42-yard line. Kyle McCord out of the shotgun, fakes a handoff, sets at the 50-yard line, steps up into the pocket, screens it out right side, incomplete for Travion Henderson near the Indiana 40.
He was looking at Marvin Harrison down the field, pretty good coverage. Then he went to his drop-off and tried to get Travion Henderson out there in the flats, just couldn't get that connection lined up.
Defensive end Andre Carter was in the backfield to foul things up a bit. 2nd and 10, Ohio State at Indiana's 42-yard line.
No huddle yet for Ohio State.
No, this is the first possession of the season for the Buckeyes. Stover and Fleming wide to the right. Ibuka and Harrison wide left. Henderson is in the backfield off the right hip of quarterback Kyle McCord. As Ohio State works on their first drive of the game from the Indiana 42. Snap to McCord. He sets up at mid. Kyle McCord took off running. Not enough yet for the first down.
I like it, though. It shows a lot. And it shows that he's willing to take the ball and scramble. We didn't see that a whole lot last year of CJ towards the end of the year. But CJ trusted his arm. Kyle didn't like what he was looking at down the field. Saw a little bit of a running lane and took it and picked up about, 5-6 yards to make it 3rd and 2.
Yes, with the ball at the Indiana 34-yard line. Substitutions on both sides. Kyle McCord sets up in a shotgun. Travion Henderson off his left hip. Indiana beefs up the defensive front. Handoff Henderson going straight ahead, and he's going to be stopped at the 35 of Indiana, and the Buckeyes will not get the first down.